And now, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you, this is probably the 1971 Kenwood solid-state stereo amplifier. I got this at Goodwill last year for 25 bucks. And it's pretty good condition. Last year I did a video of the trick-or-treat story. Featured Donald Duck and narrated by Ginny Tyler. Taken from an old Disneyland record album from the 70s. Well, if you probably noticed, I'm going to be redoing this once again because I usually did a demo of this since I closed my YouTube account under Brooklyn Mouse. So I'm going to show you again. This is going to be my redoing of my model. This is a 1971 stereo amplifier made by Kenwood. Yep, this was made by Kenwood, and it was made probably 1971, and the model number was KA-7002. And this is a stereo amplifier unit, and this was before home theater systems was introduced in the 70s, I don't know, in the 80s and 90s, when it was before the surround sound was made. And of course, yep, it's got a whole bunch of buttons there and a bunch of knobs. I'm going to show you right now. Here's a volume control or a balance control. I'll show you right now. Yep, these are the balance controls. I'll show you in the actual later video. And these are all the exact buttons, and these are all the switches. They have the loudness off and on. There's the stereo mode, which is 4-channel or normal. And the other one is low filter, 40 hertz to 80 hertz. A high filter is 700 hertz, which is off and on, which is a high filter. The low filter, which is over there. The muting, which is like 20 decibels and off. Cassette Master, if you're watching that, he actually saw his 1970s realistic stereo receiver, which is kind of like the way they did his demo of it. And there's also the muting, and there's the loudness, and there's a lot of stuff. And there's also the switches. It has the defeat. It's got the treble and bass. And it's got 2,000 hertz to 6,000 hertz. For the treble. And let's see. Let me see here. Let me put the camera a bit. 150 hertz to 300 hertz, and there's the defeat in the center. And there's the bass. And there's also the speaker functions, which is off, A, B, C, A, and C, A, B, and AC. What is A and B and A and C, which is also the speaker functions. I have 4 speakers. I didn't go to a yard. I went to a yard sale. I didn't get a pair of 2 more speakers to fit the speaker B. I might get it sometime soon. There's also a power off on. And there is a no balance, which is, I'm not sure yet. There's the mode, which you hear the left or right, stereo, reverse, and mix. Yep, there's a little scratchy over there. These are the light indications, including the headphone jack, the source A and B, which is the tape monitor, has dubbing A and B and B and A. There's also phono 2, low and high, and of course the input functions, which will be aux1, aux2, tuner, phono 1, phono 2, and microphone. And the phono 2 is like low or high. You could choose like phono or something. And now I'm going to show you the back of this system. Let me give you a little bit here. Okay, here is the back. So, yep, these are all the plugs that you could hook up to this one. Let me see. I'll show you in the video, in the next video, in my demo. This is also the buttons are on the back though. These are the inputs. Phono 1, phono 2, tuner, aux1, aux2, and microphone. You could hook up to a microphone at the same time. There's the phono 1 impedance. I have to focus here. Yep, this is the phono 1 impedance. And you can switch to like 30 kilowatts or 50 kilowatts or something. And there's also the tape recorder thing. You could hook up like a cassette deck, which is A or B. And there's also the tape recorder thing, which has you could hook up to a tape deck or something. And there's also the international plugs. You can see on the way in the bottom there was international plugs. There's the speaker. There's the speaker plugs. You can hook up to a speaker. You can connect speaker A, speaker B, or speaker C. You can make like anything. You can make it as a homemade version of the surround sound. This was before surround sound was introduced in the 90s, when home theater went popular in the late 80s, early 90s, when home theater systems was very popular at the time. And now it's pretty much to add speakers into a surround sound. And here's the switch total. Like, yeah, look at this. 3 plugs. You could plug in every 3. And there's also the unswitched 100. And also the switch says 110 and 120. Do not remove switch. There's the fuse. It also has the original cord. The original cord is plugged in. There's the mono out. Yep, there's the badge right there, or might be the, yeah. This one has a little plated thing on there. It says Kenwood model KA-7002 solid state stereo amplifier. Yep, that's the badge right there. And look at the sticker. It says passed. I don't know why it says passed in there. I'm not sure. And here are the plugs. The bottom are the plugs. Normal or separate. They could switch normal. I don't know why they put separate or something. This is the here's the actual plugs, the pre-out and the main in. I'm not sure why. And of course the 4-channel plugs. If you could hook up to a quadraphonic system, you could get home theater sound. You can get in or out jack. The in, or you could plug in or an out. So that's pretty fun if you haven't seen this one, right? Yep, there it is. And that's all we have for the system right now. It's a demo, but I was just trying to show you the once again the 4-channel plugs. It would be hooking up to an input to an output as well, that you could hook up to make a 4-channel or quadraphonic sound, which is true quadraphonic or true stereo. Of course, that's going to be like either, you know, back in the 70s they call it quadraphonic. Of course, quadraphonic was very popular. It was kind of failure after, well, during the 1970s when quadraphonic was introduced to the world, of course, in the world of music, because this is before home theater systems was introduced. And if you remember 4-channel, I think 4 channels or something like kind of weird. They just have 4 channels on there, a 4-channel stereo, which is quadraphonic. You can switch it over to this, but I'll do that in a later video. So, and there's the ground thing on there, the ground screws or something. And that is all for part 1 of my demo of the Kenwood 7002 stereo solid state stereo amplifier for part 1. I'm going to give you a little demo in part 2 of my demo, which will be there probably very shortly. So I'm going to hook up to this, so I will talk to you later.